The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Oh! Yo, welcome back YouTube to another Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright trilogy video. End of the series and I still can't get that title right. Welcome back. We are going to be diving right back into day number 2 of episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. We're gonna be going back through and you know, just trying to figure out what went wrong. What went wrong during that night of supposedly Lana Skye murdering somebody, because for all we really know, like, she did, and we're fighting a worthless case, you know? So let's just dive into it. Let's try to figure this mess out so that we can go home. I'm tired of this lawyering. I really am. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. Court route, district court, defendant lobby number 2. I don't know where that courtroom thing came from. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much, except today we're swimming in quicksand. That's what I've been saying, man. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, pardon. Oh, no. Here it goes. Here goes, Arthur Morgan. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look and see how this trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? Oh wait, no, that hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen those last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. Look at him pounding a 40. What is wrong with you? You don't say. Don't that just beat all? What? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta pound back some tequila. Like, what is going on with you in that flask? Are you trying to like get arrested in the middle of the day? Isn't this public indecency? And why are we allowing this? He's cosplaying clearly, drinking straight tequila in the middle of a courtroom or in the middle of a waiting room, courtroom hall, whatever you want to call this. It's still the court of law. I don't care. And sometimes you gotta, and time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee! Are you for real? Bro, drop the charade. Holy... Like, come on. District Court, number 9. Oh, okay, so we're not actually investigating. We're going back into the trial itself. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge just keeps looking over at the prosecution. Why is... Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets? That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What more, your... It can't be! This can't happen! I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had... This is unacceptable. Hold on, I gotta give him back the degenerate voice for this one. This is unacceptable. Okay. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me? Knock knock? Huh? Who's there? Who is this absolute... What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Is this guy a pastor? Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Dude, his aura is just that good? Like, bro, what do we... Oh, it's you. He said 100 aura, walked in the courtroom and is now... Why are you just blinking at me, sir? Please don't do this. Oh, sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, Udgy. How you been? Swim much these days? Oh, hello. No, I've been busy. Busy, swimsy, Udgy. My boy, you have to take time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Ah, so you're righto. The attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? Gramps, are you gonna tell me who you are, or are we gonna play this little game? I'm over it. So about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly! Little worthy? Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police. Chief of police? He's the top ranking police officer in the entire district. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, why does he have the Renegon? Like, that's my biggest question. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. Okay. Is it Demon Gant or Damon Gant? Wait, can I take a look at that? At the law? I guess not. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So, Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed in that exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. Nah, something's off about him. Can we not linger on his freaking face for longer than 2 seconds? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. We gotta give him like a zesty voice, like not in a bad way, but like, you know, the zesty kind of, yeah, I'm a police officer, but like I'm also kind of like overly like over the top, you know, I'm strict, but I love like messing around and like talking to you like my voice is gravy, and it's like, you know, like I gotta give him that kind of voice. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? No, wait a minute. Worthy! I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... Your head is in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. What? This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. What is happening right now? Am I in freaking Bizarro World or what? Like, what? This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Miss Edgeworth. Now I need you to dock his health. I don't give a f. You better dock his health. Oh, brother, you gonna have me heated. If I have to fight for my life to answer one question, he better get docked his entire health bar for that mess. God, the court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor. The blade, Your Honor. I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yeah, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... if I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore. Okay. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Okay, relax. What are we doing? I'm not controlling this. Okay, the game just did it for me. Okay, let's look. SL92. There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SL92. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame. But it's strange. Huh? What is? I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this somehow. Okay. So we've looked at that. Now oh, the actual little switch. What? Don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? What is going on here? Switchblade knife added to the court record. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. This is weird. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police in this knife. Ha ha ha! Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. Okay. Witness testimony. This knife is special, but I can't say I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess! The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. You know, he gives me Hisako vibes. Let's give him Hisako's voice. From Hunter x Hunter. Okay, that's a little weird, but we're gonna press you a little bit, you know, see where we can kind of squeeze out some information on you. There was a murder at the police department. A detective? That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Okay. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Alright, good work, Edgeworth. Thank you for calling that out, because I honestly, without looking at my court records, I probably wouldn't have understood that. Order! 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 Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. I will, Judge. I will, Udgy. Udgy. Gross. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Why not? Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, righto. But I can't say that right now. Bro, I got hair in my mouth. But I can't say that right now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something, a muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman, that was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Hold on, let me go back on that. Okay. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. I don't know, I want to see something. So... I see a handprint on that, but there's no evidence that would die between 4 and 5:30. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Wound was caused by 4.5 inch. I'm thinking that the link is gonna have to be the time period. This knife is found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to this case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. it's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. So how are things down at the department? That was a bad day for the department, but why? Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy. What with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened to the police department that day? A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. Press. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator. Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions maybe you could help with, Righto. I suppose I could help if you could help me by giving me data in your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only. Where was the victim found? That's what I'm interested in. So, tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Righto? I can't say I've heard of it. What? We were there in the last case. I guess I should ask again once I've learned a bit about more about the evidence room. There's something stranger about this than the place where the body was found. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? 5:15, but that's when Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place, and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? I don't know, maybe a British accent suits him better? Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Do you want to pull up a calculator and show me where you're getting these stats, bro? Like, get out of here. Chief Grant, please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't much talk about it. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15 at the prosecutor's office, and 1 at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife, what was it doing there? Okay. I better check this knife out. This knife is special. I can't say how here. Okay. Oh wait, no, that's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Okay, so first off, I want to go back and save this. We'll do it on the first slot. So slot 1 and we'll do slot 2. Okay. So let's take a look. We need to look at this knife again. I think it's got to be the blood. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth in the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Interesting. There's got to be more to this though that we're missing. Not just the damn blood. So something about... Let's take a look at this knife now. We gotta take a look at that blood stain, I think. I don't know why we're not like focusing on that or why that's not like a bigger issue. Okay, there's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure. It reminds me of DL6. That's so weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen this before. Okay. So we've seen that. She said she's seen that before. I'm still like... So we can't even analyze like the blood on the knife? I don't know. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. I kind of want to present this just to like... I don't even know. Like just to like... Can we get a DNA match? It appears so. Ah, there's blood here too. On the side of the shoe must be a victim. So I can pull a little blood. The blood might be an important clue. I think that they're just yapping about the shoe, about the blood. It's not really important. I'm more concerned about to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. The detective was killed. What a mess. Time of the crime. Not officially linked to this case, so I can't talk much about it. I don't know what you mean by that. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Raito. You understand? Try to understand, Raito. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. But maybe there is something that ties the two merchants together. Whatever it is, I better find it and go to the bottom of this. 2 detectives killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife, what was it doing there? I better check this knife out. So, I'm thinking that this knife is gonna be... Nope, that's not it. Yep, we're gonna have to load. There is this note. There we go. Okay, I had to look at it. Wait a second. Oh, at last, an honest to goodness objection. This knife, this has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Ah, an honest to goodness. What do you mean from Udgy? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL9 too. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7S? Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? You get 221 SL9. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that is written on this knife's tag. Heck yeah, we're cooking now. We're back in. We're cooking. We're chefing it up. Order, order. Well, Chief. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Raito. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Okay. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, Little Worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder? And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car? Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We're in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. 2 detectives. And one that can't be a coincidence. And that knife. Okay. Okay. So let's save it now that we're back at this part. The knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Well, what case? So I see 221 SL9, right? And it says SL9. We also have this freaking disgusting thing here, which is at the police department. Goodman's autopsy report. A single stab wound was found. A wound was found. The muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Huh. This is curious. All of this is so curious. I don't understand it. The knife was stolen. I still don't... Yes, but on the day of the murder, it was evidence, so it was a murder weapon. It was a murder weapon as it happens. There's evidence from a case long since solved. It's on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe. Okay, so it's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. It's not officially linked. I mean, I don't really know. It's... I literally already clicked this. I clicked this already, bro. I had to go back and freaking look at the evidence room again. This knife is evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's a connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy. I'm not happy right now. You just handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we can finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, right with it, Righto. What is your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testament. So all I had to do was keep pressing him? Aw, bro, this bonus episode sucks, bro. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Okay, bring up your dialogue, bro. You're not that cool. Like, you don't need to pause that long. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? It's so good. This game is so goofy. Okay. I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Okay, sure. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Oh, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Alright, what about his division? Okay, what division is this victim of? Oh, you want to know that, do you? Do you? Criminal Affairs, Division 1. The detectives responsible for homicide cases. Homicide, that would be the same division as Detective Gumshoe. Detective Goodman, who was killed in the underground parking lot, was homicide too. It's almost like a serial killer was after homicide detectives. Except this serial killing happened simultaneously, scientifically speaking. Well, I sure hope Detective Gumshoe isn't next on the list. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing here? There. I better check this knife out. Okay, stop it. Stop. Okay, this is the most annoying testimony yet. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Yeah, we know. Alright, let's get his ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... It's gonna be the one on the card. Number is 584-2189. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82... Can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Oh my gosh. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department, 584-2189. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does, I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department. Tells you something. What does it tell you? Witness! What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news. Okay, really? Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do. Alright, the police department, the prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? I forgot this nincompoop forgot the number. Huh? Wait, the ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82... forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department evidence room was Bruce Goodman. Okay, so now we understand that he's been killed 2 places at once. I was kind of thinking that had to be the case after they kept wanting me to press about why there were 2 knives used on the same freaking dude or the same cause of death same time. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, righto. Sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. That face is crazy. I rebuke that in the name of the Lord. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room, at the exact same time. That's impossible. No. So what we're saying is the same person was killed at the same time in a completely different location? Order in the court. No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? It's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare... We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Oh! When he freaking dissed that dude and told him to get out of his office. Officer Meekins. Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! It was the guy that popped up and Edgeworth told him to get freaking lost. Yeah, this dude, this... Excuse me, but is Miss Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. And he kept saying sir after every sentence. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman, murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if the officer is capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error and a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then Oh, here we go. Here's a long pause. You know he about to say some grimy shit real quick. Get it off, bro. We know you want to say it. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. You think you were so sly with that. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So what does that mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until the connection was proven in court. Oh my gosh, my neck hurts so bad, bro. Working from home is like, the connection was just proven by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I don't... No. No! Oh, we're so cooked. And all it took was for Edgeworth to freaking mess it up. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all these rumors? You were even in defendant's chair just the past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I'll grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. Oh my gosh. Edgeworth, you just had to cook me. You cooked me without trying. You know what's funny? This is the first time you've actually had me stumped and couldn't finish the trial and lose because of your negligence, bro. This wasn't even because you were directly trying to stop me from getting further in the investigation. This is because of your negligence. We're so cooked, bro. Just saving every one of these slots. Put the fries in the bag and log off, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the third, I think, episode in this bonus episode series here, episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. Edgeworth has completely fumbled the case, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it looks like we'll get a second chance at this. In the next trial, I'm sure before the next trial, I'm sure we'll probably get to, ask questions, investigate a little bit more. Regardless, y'all, I appreciate y'all for coming and watching this video. Please make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you liked what you did see there, and if you want more Ace Attorney content, if you're excited for that, please make sure you stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the very next video, y'all. Peace.